Hey everybody, you're watching Om Sweet Om on the Armstrong Neighborhood Channel. Hi everybody, welcome to Om Sweet Om. I'm yoga instructor Alison Schuster, and today I'm at Oxford Athletic Club, and we're talking to the general manager, Carolina Quiroga. Carolina, thank you for joining us.
Great to be here. Thank you so much for having me on.
This is exciting today because I've got two of my bosses here.
Oh.
You are my boss here at Oxford Athletic Club where I teach yoga, and of course my producer is here today behind the camera, so it's kind of fun to be with both of my bosses. I better be on my best behavior, right?
Exciting to be here, excited.
We're going to talk a little bit about what Oxford has to offer today. We're here in the brand new Zen studio, right?
Yes.
And I have the privilege of teaching here, and I love this studio. It's just absolutely gorgeous. But before we get to that and everything that we do here, let's talk a little bit about the past year.
Yes.
Right? This has been a crazy year in the world of health and fitness.
Yes, it has. And
let's talk about weathering the storm, right?
Yes. So we've been very lucky, Allison, as you know, to have this beautiful footprint to, throughout this pandemic, still allow our members in our community to have a safe space to, work out and, be excited to be here with their family and their kids and still be active throughout this whole, again, pandemic. And so we're fortunate for that. We're very excited about, the continual kind of expansion of the capacity to invite more of our members to continue to come in. And I think, one of the things that truly does set us apart is we are a family destination, and we have some of the most talented instructors here to be able to really, get our families and our community really excited about being active with their families and with their kids. And so for us, we take a lot of pride in that, and it's very exciting to see the mom and their kids kind of working out, doing yoga, doing all different types of activities. So it is it's been a trying time, but I think through it all, we've kind of endured and really been able to be a staple in the community to ensure that families are still being active here at Oxford.
Which has been amazing through this time, because I know even through the hardest times during the pandemic, we were able to offer a safe place to work out, and we're lucky to be able to do that.
Yes.
And I think partly too, people coming together and coming back now. We're seeing a lot of members return, right, that maybe were cautious before or not ready, to return to a health facility. And we're seeing the faces light up.
Yes.
Because what you remember when you come back is that sense of community. And an in-person class gives you that energy and that sense of being a part of a group.
That's exactly right. That's exactly.
A lot of my friendships are formed with students and other instructors in class.
Yes.
Which I think is really the big benefit to a facility.
Yes, and I think that a lot of the times the motivation behind coming to a class is really experiencing the social aspect, seeing your friends, having your kids play with their friends here at Oxford, and that's a unique opportunity that we have to be able to invite everybody in that are members and really be able to have this incredible programming and get people excited because we can offer that social aspect and that kind of building the community here at Oxford. So we're very, very proud of that.
And beyond that community, you work a little harder.
Yes.
When you're with a group, you do. I had someone say to me this week that, wow, I forgot how much harder I work when there's people around me. I let myself off the hook at home.
Yes.
And we all do.
Yes.
We all do, right? And I think I love a home practice. I have a very strong home practice in yoga, but I do let myself off the hook at home. Whereas when I'm in a class with an instructor and students, I tend to work a little harder.
And that's really important, Allison, because again, it's it's one thing to kind of work at home and, you know, kind of be by yourself. And there's another part of it that brings energy, that brings kind of enthusiasm and a little bit more accountability, so you could push yourself a little bit more when you have kind of like-minded people around you. So yes, I think it's great to be able to, you know, again, have the space where people are starting to come back, members are starting to reactivate their memberships, and they're really excited about it. I mean, the smiles are everywhere, so we're happy to see that.
And also, I think that when you're in a facility that offers so much, like Oxford does,
yes,
you tend to try new things. I mean, I tend to be in yoga world, but the other day I took a bar class because it's here.
Yes.
And why not?
Yes.
You know, why not try something new? So I think a lot of times it gives you that variety. You're not going to get bored.
Right.
Right. You're going to try a lot of different things and probably have the encouragement of other people saying, hey, I tried that. Let's go together.
Yes. We have our pickleball and tennis people now trying our Tai Chi classes, our yoga classes, and, you know, really kind of seeing the true value of being a member here at Oxford, which is you can do, you know, a specific sport that you love, and then you can transition into then, you know, trying yoga, trying Pilates, and it's great because it gives everybody an opportunity to try something new, and kind of really expand what they do with their fitness journey here.
And let's talk about a couple of the other areas of fitness here at Oxford before we get to the Zen studio.
Yes.
We do have an incredible athletic training program here.
Yes.
And a lot of people might not know that that is part of what we do.
Yes. So we are a very, to your point, we're all about, you know, fitness, and we do, you know, offer racket sports, but, you know, our personal trainers, our sports performance program, everything that we do for, you know, young athletes to adult athletes it's very unique. It's very, you know, planned out, well programmed. There's, you know, testing involved, and, you know, so we do take a lot of pride in making sure that, you know, we deliver on getting people the results that, you know, they came here to get, whether it's, you know, sports specific, fitness goal specific. You know, our trained and certified professionals really do take a lot of pride in making sure that we get those results to our members.
And you will see everything from the high school athlete all the way to the professional athlete.
Yes, yes.
Which I think that's amazing.
Yeah, I think, and it motivates. Everybody kind of motivates each other. You know, however, you know, wherever you are in your fitness journey, whether you're, you know, advanced or just getting started, there's a place for everybody here. And it's great because you can either, you know, start with a trainer and kind of get all the foundations that you need to become, you know, to really kind of grow into your fitness journey, or you can really kind of test yourself. Once you feel you've plateaued, we'll take you over to that kind of next challenge.
Yeah,
so
what's the next level?
Yes.
Right, and I think it's interesting to see the dynamics between those generations and people with different goals, to see them working together to achieve them.
Right,
Really
exactly.
amazing. And I think that's what we love too, is seeing the very young and the very old and everything in between.
Exactly. I mean, between, you know, that, you know, when we think about this kind of family destination where we love to see, you know, moms come in and take these, you know, advanced fitness classes, kids come in and kind of do their summer camp, you know, do their own classes as well, because we have, you know, great programming for, you know, our youth population as well. It's just great to see everybody active, and then after that, they go to our market cafe and, you know, grab a nice healthy snack or lunch.
Smoothie.
Yes, a nice smoothie. Yes, we have smoothie of the month as well, yeah. So it's just all an all-encompassing, you know, kind of, you know, experience for our members to be able to access different things together.
And it's exciting to see that programming develop.
Yes.
And that's something that we talk about on this show all the time in health and wellness, is being able to incorporate all aspects of it, whether it's just working out for fun, for play, you know, whether it's nutrition, whether it's sports performance, and really looking at athletics as a career.
Right.
That all of those things are intertwined.
Right, exactly. And I think that, you know, ultimately, you know, we like to invite everybody to feel comfortable in their unique space, because it's for everybody, you know, and one of the things that I think is really important is, you know, we've listened to our members. You know, we do surveys and we want to get their feedback, and if they want, you know, see more, you know, more variety of classes in a specific modality, we're very much, you know, we like to listen, and I think through a lot of, you know, feedback that has come, we've been able to kind of really elevate what we do with our program, adding meditation, Tai Chi, and, you know, with the grand opening of our new Mind Body studio, which we're so excited about, and everything else. So I think it's, you know, we definitely have a very, you know, important aspect of what we do is just listening to the member and making sure that, we're hitting on all the modalities that are really important for the family to experience and feel like they're getting the most out of.
Now you touched on Zen Studio,
yes.
which of course, is very exciting for me.
Yes.
This has been something that you and I have been hoping and dreaming and waiting
yes.
for, and here it is.
Yes, we're so excited.
So we're standing in the new Zen Studio
yes.
here at Oxford. And tell us about the grand opening.
Yes, so we are looking to grand open our Zen Studio April 28th, and really truly feature a variety of demo classes for everybody to come and experience. Obviously, Alison, you've been such a key person in getting this all together, especially with our aerial yoga, which we're all so excited to try. We can't wait. But we have, again, introducing aerial yoga, we have Tai Chi classes, meditation classes for the entire family, so family yoga. And it's great because, again, we give variety and the opportunity for everybody to really spend time together doing something that, interests the entire family. So
it will change, I think, some perceptions about yoga.
Yes.
Right? If you think yoga is just one type of yoga, here we offer a lot of types of yoga
variety,
that
yes.
really fit every personality, every
yes.
body type, every fitness goal.
Yes, that's very true.
And the space could not be more beautiful and meditative to be in.
I agree, and I think, when we were kind of putting together this space, we wanted to have a dedicated space for, our yoga practice that was really going to be inspiring, that was really going to make everybody feel really good about, practicing here. We already have the incredible talent, and now we needed to just outfit it with the right space, and I think this is a really beautiful and unique space to be able to offer that for our members.
It is awesome.
Yes.
And we've talked a lot during the pandemic about introducing mindfulness into our fitness world and fitness practice, and
yes.
that's something we really focus on here.
Yes.
Is adding in meditation, and I think that sets this program apart.
Correct. And I think that, part of what we've come to realize through this whole kind of, challenging time is, everybody needs a time to kind of, take a second and really kind of be, mindful about what's going on and know that we can kind of push through. Our instructors are, just so well trained to kind of get them into, that habit of, creating this doing this practice that's going to make you feel, just so good after you finish and kind of tackle your day. So we're very lucky to have these talented instructors here, and to help everybody kind of get through this tough and challenging time that we've all been through, and kind of we're coming out in the other end. And it's exciting to just have this beautiful studio to showcase that. Yeah.
And I think when we started into this, prior to the pandemic, we were just looking forward to the nice space and the great equipment that we have. But then as we went through the pandemic, we started to realize, wow, what we are offering
right.
now is going to serve people even more than we thought. That sense of gratitude and being able to say, okay, we all need to stay calm through whatever storm comes our way.
Correct.
And I think we've all kind of changed our outlook, I think, on fitness as not just, okay, I need to stay in shape, right? I need to stay healthy. I want to live longer, all of those things. But also, I want to live better. I want to be calm. I want to have good relationships, taking it out of the club and into your everyday life. And I think that's what this program really focuses on. Yes,
and I think that, when we take a step back and look at truly what the fitness industry can do for everybody, it's pretty powerful, right? So we know that it's incredible for your physical and mental well-being. It enhances your immune system. I mean, it just, the benefits of you have more energy throughout the day. You're more focused. You're able to spend more time playing with your kids because you have more energy. So all the benefits of working out and kind of what has been pinpointed as an essential business. We couldn't be more proud to be in this industry and to be serving, the community here, and to have that awareness out there. So please, everybody, support your local gyms, support, the fitness industry, because we are essential. And we've done a lot to, I think, help a lot of people throughout this really challenging time, and we will continue to be here.
Right. And it is essential, and it is part of our overall well-being.
Yes.
It's not just about checking the fitness box.
Right.
It's about a lifestyle where you feel good and you live better.
Yes.
Right. And I think that's what we're really trying to go towards in the fitness industry.
Yes.
Is showcasing that.
Right.
We know that.
We know that. We know the benefits of it, and we want to share that with everybody. You know, life extension, just feeling so good, you know, and having that ability to, you know, just reap all the benefits from, you know, making this a habit. And you just, you know, there's no words that I think could express what the fitness industry has done, you know, for so many people. You know, what you do every day for all of our members, and just kind of get them going every day and get them to,
it keeps us going too.
Yes, yes.
Right? I mean, I think there is that energy, that collective energy back and forth of pushing us all forward.
Yes, agreed.
Speaking of which,
yes,
we are all trying to move forward and look at the future. What's next at Oxford?
Yes, so we have so many exciting things happening at Oxford. You know, one of the things that, you know, we obviously are grand opening our Zen studio and our Mind Body studio. So that's going to be, you know, very highly anticipated because, you know, through this whole kind of COVID and pandemic situation that happened, we kept kind of pushing it back a little bit because we want to do everything in the safest manner possible. So this is going to be obviously a big deal for us. We have our summer camp coming, you know, in June. Kids are getting excited.
Summer's coming.
Yes, you know, we're going to be opening up our pool. And there's just, you know, so many things that we have in the works for, you know, ongoing programming, you know, things that we're doing for sports performance, for training, to get members engaged and connected. And then, of course, you know, bringing back our events that really bring the aspect of, you know, community and being able to see your friends and be social. So that's really exciting. We have our Fitfest coming at the end of June. So we're going to have a whole schedule of classes that everybody can really benefit from. So a lot of great and exciting things happening here for in the next couple months.
I think it's fun when we start to turn the page and move forward.
Yes.
And look towards the future and what we want that to look like.
Yeah.
And I think for all of us, we're starting to evaluate everything that has happened in the past year and say, what do I want the next page to look like?
Yes.
I always hate the phrase going back to normal because I don't think that we ever will.
Agreed.
And I don't think we should.
Right.
I think we should take the lessons that we've learned, change and grow and evolve, and see where that takes us next.
Agreed. I couldn't agree with you more, Alison. I think this was such a big thing that happened in our world, you know, so much life-changing. And I think that if we're able to take away some of those key things that, you know, helped us to get through this, and apply it to our daily lives, I think that we'll all be better for it. And fitness is definitely one of them for sure.
Yes, yes.
That we all learned that we could, you know, benefit so much from. So
right.
Yeah.
That's what we want to do. So we're looking forward to all of that. Tell us how we get a hold of you at Oxford if people have questions.
Sure.
Or if they're interested in coming to see what Oxford has to offer. Absolutely.
So, you know, anybody that is interested in any of the membership options that we have available, or our summer camp coming up, can certainly reach us via our website. We actually, something really new that just happened, very exciting as well. We just launched our new app and website. So it can be, you know, for our members to really kind of make everything so much easier and user-friendly for them. So that's been very exciting. So you can, you know, either call us directly, or you can email me or our member services team at membership@oxfordathleticlub.com. And we will certainly be happy to, you know, book a tour, and so that way you can come in and experience the facility. So we're excited to see everybody starting to come back, and we certainly, you know, want everybody to experience what we have to offer.
And you can even check it out on Instagram.
Yes, absolutely.
Right?
Yep.
See some of those cool classes in motion.
Yes, yes.
Pretty soon those aerial silks in motion.
Right. They will be in motion, so it'll be great. Yes,
so
yes.
Check out some of the different instructors and what you have to offer.
Correct.
So
yep.
if you're on social media, you got to check out some of that too.
Right, or just go to oxfordathleticlub.com as well. Yep.
All right.
Yes.
Well, thank you, Carolina. We're so glad that you joined us
Thank
today.
you, Alison. We're so excited to be here, and you know, just can't wait for, you know, just for the activity to happen and for more people to start coming.
To come in and see everything.
Yes, yes.
That we have to offer here.
Yes.
We're going to stay right here for the yoga today. And I'm going to take you through both a little mat yoga, a little vinyasa, a little yin yoga, and maybe even a chance to fly in those aerial silks. I'll meet you in a moment on the mat. Everybody, welcome back. Today I want to walk through 3 different types of yoga with you, and we're going to put the focus on the same muscle groups. We're going to focus in on the legs and opening up the hip flexors, getting into the psoas muscle today. And I want you to see what that looks like in 3 different types of yoga. So we talked a little bit in the interview today about all of the different classes that Oxford has to offer. And there's a lot out in the yoga world. Some people don't realize it's not just one thing. Yoga isn't just one type. There are many types of yoga, and they appeal to different populations, and they are interesting to try and see which one you like the best. So what I want to give you today is a little piece of 3 different classes, and you can try each of these on your own at home, or you can maybe seek out these classes when you're looking for a health and fitness facility to return to and get back into wellness. So what we're going to do first is take it down to the mat today. So I wanted to introduce you today to Yin Yoga, which is one of my faves, and I love to teach Yin Yoga. And Yin is more of a passive practice. So if we think of, a lot of you know the nice symbol of yin and yang, right? So Yin is more of a passive practice, whereas our yang practice, our vinyasa, is constantly moving. But in Yin Yoga, passive doesn't necessarily mean easy or restorative. What it means is that we're going to hold those postures for 3 to 5 minutes a piece and try to go beyond the muscular level and into the fascia and the connective tissues of the body to help create a little space and open up a little more. So Yin becomes sometimes a very challenging practice when we take even the easiest pose, like let's say child's pose that we start our practice with. If you hold that child's pose for 5 minutes, you're going to notice a lot of opening in the hips and a lot of opening in the legs, maybe that you don't notice if you only hold it for 30 seconds, 45 seconds. So the Yin practice works with the meridians of the body, similar to our chakras that we've talked about before, and also helps us to find a little more space in the body in a fairly gentle way. We're not putting a lot of tension on those muscles or loading them with weight, but we are also giving them time with the breath to open up. So if we start our Yin practice, I'm just going to start seated today, and I'm sitting on a block because we want to get the hips above those knees. Let's just take the arms out and just take a couple of deep breaths in. So centering, we inhale up, and we exhale, just let those arms float down. Take another one. Nice deep breath. And exhale, bring them down. Let's take one more. Deep breath in. And just exhale those hands to heart center. So centering is the same no matter what practice we choose. We try and just bring ourselves to the mat, right? Let go of all of those to-do lists, leave them outside the studio door, and just bring yourself to your practice. And maybe this is a nice break right here, just using that breath as a break in your workday. Maybe it's not even before yoga. Maybe it's just to breathe, to give yourself a break. But we're going to move on to our yoga from that centering posture. So let's see if we can take ourselves into a nice hip opener today. So first I'm going to just transition into a little tabletop posture. I've got my blocks as my props today. Deep breath in. Let's see if we can drop the belly, gaze forward. Use that exhale, press into the mat, round the spine. Just warming up the spine a little bit. Seeing if we can create a little space just with the movement and the breath. And then as promised, I want to work on the legs today. So what we're going to do is bring the right leg through our hands. And when we do that, when we go into a lunge, we want to make sure that knee is above the ankle. I'm going to use those blocks just to steady me. So I'm going to put them on either side. You can keep them here on the high side and just press into the blocks. Now, if you feel as though you can make that lunge just a little deeper, go ahead and tuck the toes underneath and just set that leg down just a little further back. Now, our Yin posture today, we're doing low dragon. So I'm going to bring both blocks to the instep of that right foot, and I'm just going to walk the foot out to the edge of my mat. So not going off the mat, but we want to get this nice open hip And then we're going to see, maybe you stay right here, and I'm up on the fingertips on those blocks. Maybe this is where it's most comfortable. In Yin, we want to see if we can work maybe a little deeper into that posture. So maybe we put those blocks down on the wide side and just press in with the palms. Maybe you find you can even rotate onto the pinky edge of that foot a little bit. Just see if we can really get into that psoas and hip flexor and just open up. Now, the goal in Yin is to hold here and breathe. So you take that deep breath in and you just use that exhale. And whether you're using a little timer maybe at first and seeing if you can just stay here and breathe for 3 minutes, or maybe you just count those breaths. And maybe you go 10 breaths, maybe you go 15 breaths. What you want to do is see if you can get to the point where you start to melt into that posture a little more and create a little more space in the body. So you notice after a minute or so, right, you start to feel a little tension in the legs. You start to feel that opening. So rather than come out, we're going to see if we can breathe through that tension and see if we can get the leg to release a little bit more. Maybe we just relax that neck, nice long neck. So if you got to put the gaze a little above those blocks, you can feel that sense of length in the neck. Now, in Yin, as in any yoga posture, if we feel pain, we're going to come out of that posture. So what we're trying to get is that gentle to moderate stretch. You know, we want to challenge ourselves, but if we feel pain, we're going to back off a little bit, right? You can always come back up to the high side of those blocks and just back off a little bit, give yourself a little break. Now, if it feels like you can take it further, then maybe we even take it down to those elbows and interlace the fingers and breathe here, right? And just see if you can take it maybe that one step further, that one breath further. And at some point when you start to get to the end of that cycle, right? Maybe you're at the end of that timer. I want you to take 3 breaths in, and with each exhale, just see if you can work a little more. And the work in Yin is releasing, right? It's just not tensing the body and holding yourself up, but releasing into that posture. I'm going to take one more breath here, and then I'm just going to walk myself back up. Now, we come out as slowly as we come in Yin. So we don't want to jump up. We want to slowly let those muscles release. And then maybe we take a nice little counter stretch. So maybe I widen out the knees and I just sink back into that child's pose. Let everything release. Little counter stretch. Maybe I even bring it up to a thunderbolt. And just take that little back bend, maybe reaching those palms together, pushing the chest up to the ceiling, and then bringing it back to center. Now, keeping it all balanced, as we always do in yoga, we're going to try the other side. So that left leg comes through. We've got the knee above the ankle. We don't want to push that knee out beyond the ankle. Sometimes it feels like, oh, I'm going to work harder and I'm going to go here. It's going to put a lot of pressure on your knee, and we do not want to injure the knee. We already put a lot of pressure on those knees every day. So knee goes above the ankle. But if you feel as though that lunge could be deeper, go ahead and pick that leg up and set it down a little further behind you. Now, we started by framing the foot, right? So we begin to engage the body. I'm drawing that belly button in. I'm tucking the tailbone underneath. I'm pressing into that foot at the back of the mat. So it's a full body engagement. I press through the big toe mound of that left foot. Now bring those blocks to the instep and just walk that foot out to the edge of that mat. Maybe you take it as far as you can. If you need to bring it back in, move it back in just a little bit. And we begin our Yin posture. Now, the key to Yin, of course, is that breath. We've got to breathe into that posture and get comfortable in it. Find a sense of stillness in the posture. One of the things I love about Yin Yoga is it's very meditative. Once you start to really put your focus on the breath, you kind of forget about those muscles a little bit, right? So if maybe you're feeling that little bit of stretch as you breathe through it, you'll find yourself focusing on the breath, and it becomes a calming practice. So it may be challenging for those muscles, but yet we feel this sense of calm as we are doing the practice, which really can be beneficial. We always walk out of a yin practice feeling maybe a little looser in the muscles, feeling like we have a little more space in the body, but I think I always feel a little calmer in the mind as well, right? And that's key to our yoga practice. So we take a couple of breaths here. Now, interestingly with yin, generally you're attached to the mat, right? There's not a lot of standing postures that we use in yin. We generally attach ourselves to the mat. So if you are a first-time yogi, it may be your introduction to working with a mat. We also work with a lot of props. So it introduces you to how to use the props, which I also like. Now, as I keep breathing in this posture, maybe I take those blocks down a little bit. Now, this is my left side, and I already know that that left side on me is not as open. So it may be a little bit more challenging. So I'm going to try rolling on the pinky edge. And I know I can't roll this leg as far, which both legs you would think would do the exact same thing, but two sides of the body can be very different. So we just kind of observe that. It's always interesting to us to see which side's more open. Not placing a lot of judgment on that, just working with it, right? In yoga, we work with the body right where we are on any given day. But maybe I'm even going to try to take this down a little further, see if I can challenge that side a little bit. So maybe, because this side is not as open as the right, I take a couple of deep breaths here, and then maybe I back off a little. I push that limit, find that edge, right, which is our goal in yin, and then maybe I've got to back this one off just a little bit, and I keep breathing here. Right, so I'm still getting that benefit, still finding that edge, but I don't want you to expect both sides to be exactly the same. That's rarely the case. So we just find that edge, and then maybe we back off a little, and each time I try this low dragon, maybe I try to breathe down on those blocks on the left side, one more breath, two more breaths, right? And we can see that progress as we do it, and see that flexibility come into the body, which is one of our goals in yoga, not just strength, not just the breath, but flexibility as well. I'm going to take another deep breath here, and then we're just going to exhale, and I'm going to slowly walk back up, coming out as slowly as I came in, and we're going to find that nice counter stretch, setting the blocks aside. Let's see if we can take that wide-legged child's pose and just reach those arms up, bringing the forehead to the mat. Take a breath in, and then exhale back up. Let's try that thunderbolt again. That little back bend is a nice counter stretch. After low dragon, maybe we push those palms back. We're just feeling that space and bringing the hands down. So that's our yin practice. And we can go through many different yin poses and many different yin sequences. A lot of them are developed to follow those meridians and open specific types of the body and specific areas of the body that we're working on. Let's transition to a more active practice. So from yin going to our yang practice, right? A little vinyasa flow, right? And this is probably what you are used to seeing me do on the show. We tend to do a vinyasa flow practice, right? Where we move through sun salutations, where we are constantly moving throughout the practice. We focus today on the legs and the hip flexors. So if we take our classic sun salutation, our vinyasa, we're going to take it to that warrior one, warrior two, and play around with warrior one and warrior two and opening up those hip flexors and legs. So same area of the body as we just worked on the floor in yin, but let's take it to that active practice. I want you to step to the top of the mat. Take that big sun breath in, right? The hallmark of our sun salutation. And then exhale, little swan dive down, forward fold. That feels good down the backs of the legs after that yin practice. Inhale all the way up. And exhale, big forward fold. Let's try one more. Nice deep breath in. And then exhale, bring those hands to heart center. Let's inhale, stepping that right leg back. Now there's our nice little crescent lunge. Exhale, bring it to humble warrior. Arms go down alongside, and a big inhale all the way up, our warrior one. And then exhale, open up, warrior two. Flip the palm, lean out over your leg and reverse it. Take a deep breath in. And then exhale, step the 2 feet together. Now a big sun breath in. And let's exhale those hands to heart center. Try the other side. Inhale that left leg back. Exhale, release, humble warrior. Arms down alongside. Big inhale all the way up. And then exhale, let's open up, warrior two. Flip the palm, lean out over your leg and reverse it. Nice deep breath. And then exhale, step the 2 feet together. Now, slowing that down just a little bit, let's take a deep breath in. Exhale, those hands come to heart center. And I want you to inhale, the right leg steps back. I'm going to take those arms out. Nice big airplane wings. And I want you to bring that down into a low airplane. So I push that right foot back. I take those arms out nice and wide. And if you notice, we're kind of in our low dragon posture that we were working with in Yin. Take that deep breath in. Now, I'm going to rotate that right foot down and take this nice wide warrior one. Really reaching up. So I'm feeling that stretch now in the legs. Exhale, open up. Nice big wide warrior two. Nice deep breath in. Maybe you take those hands to the small of the back. Interlace the fingers. Take that crown of the head to the instep. Push the arms away. And just let it float back up to our warrior two. And maybe you hold that warrior two, right? Take a deep breath in, gaze out over the arm. Full body engagement, just like we were doing in Yin. And then when you're ready, we're going to exhale. Maybe we even cartwheel down to that mat. Put those 2 feet into plank. Take that full vinyasa down through chaturanga, cobra, and down dog. Gazing between those two hands, step, hop, or jump. Top of the mat, losing my mic. Take a nice deep breath in. And I want you to reach those arms up all the way to the ceiling. And exhale. Bring those hands to heart center. Let's try that other side. Inhale, that left leg steps back. Now, we find humble warrior. Take those arms out wide. Nice airplane wings. So we feel that low dragon posture, right? Deep breath in. Now I rotate that left foot down, and I'm taking a big, wide warrior one. Nice deep breath. Open up. Big warrior two. Gaze out over that hand, flipping that palm, taking it to the small of the back, interlace the fingers, crown of the head down to the instep. Nice deep breath, and let it rise up. Big warrior two. Maybe you hold that warrior two for a second, deep breath in. And then just cartwheel to the mat. 2 feet into plank. Taking it down through chaturanga, cobra, all the way back down dog. Just walking those hands and feet together. Let's come to the middle of the mat. Now, even in our vinyasa, we tend to stop and focus in on a standing posture. So today we're taking gentleman's squat. Hands come to heart center. We're going to cross that right leg over the left and just sink down. Now, notice working that same area of the body as we did in Yin. Sinking down a little lower, nice deep breath. See if it goes maybe just a quarter of an inch more. One more breath. Deep breath in. And then bring it back together. Let's try the other side. Nice deep breath. Cross the left over the right. Sinking down. So I keep drawing the belly in. Again, that full body engagement. See if it goes a little lower. One more breath. And then bring it back up. Nice job. Now, we've got our blocks. Let's try another standing posture. Part of that more active practice, right? Up and off the mat. Let's see if we can bring the right leg forward, left foot goes back. Take those arms out nice and wide. So we've been working on this stance. Little power in the legs, little power in the arms. Left hand comes to the hip, right hand comes to the block. Now, watch that left shoulder. We're going to draw it back. Maybe we can point the toe. Maybe we can begin to let that leg rise up into our half moon. Maybe we can come onto the fingertips of the block. Maybe we can take that right hand to the heart. Take a nice deep breath here. And then exhale slowly back down. Warrior two, reach it out. Finish it strong and bring it back. Let's take the other side. So grab those blocks. We're just going to put them to the other end of the mat. Left foot forward, right foot back. Nice deep breath. Bring that right hand to the hip. Left hand goes to the block. Now watch that shoulder. It's going to want to come this way. We're going to draw that shoulder back. Point the toe. Let it rise up into our half moon. Maybe it's fingertips. Just play with the balance of that posture. Maybe that hand comes to the heart. Take a couple of breaths here. Kind of enjoy that big open chest. One more. And then take it down. Warrior two. We want to finish that posture nice and strong. And then bring it back to the center. So two practices. We started with our yin practice, a little more passive, but definitely feel that deep stretch in the legs. Then we kind of transition to our vinyasa, that constant movement, matching the breath to that movement. Now we're going to try one more practice where we focus in on those legs, but we're going to take it into the aerial silks. Meet me back here in a moment.
High school sports, community events, all of your favorite local shows are calling the Armstrong Neighborhood Channel their home. Find out everything your neighborhood has to offer on Channel 100 or on YouTube. Spirit, town pride, local communities. This is the Armstrong Neighborhood Channel.
And we're back. We're going to take a little bit of time in these beautiful aerial silks today because I want to show you what a practice looks like in the silks. So still working with those leg muscles, right? We had our low dragon in yin. We were working a little warrior one and warrior two in our vinyasa practice. But now what would that look like in an aerial practice? So I want you to take a look because maybe you want to give this a try. So I'm going to walk behind the silk. Beautiful long pieces of fabric that are designed to hold us up and also to swing and fly a little bit in, which is the part that we all love. But let's work on those leg muscles today. So we started out in our low dragon, and I want to show you what a nice big stretch for that inner thigh and into the psoas is going to look like here in the aerial silk. I'm going to bring my ankle through the silk. And you can see it's going to support me. I can hold on to the sides of the silk for support, right, and to steady myself. But like any standing posture, if I need to steady it, I might put a little bend in that standing leg till I'm ready to stand up nice and tall and ready to balance that posture. But this is just a big standing split. And we're going to just push that silk forward. Now, the beauty of silks is it's going to give me a lot of support, right? It's going to allow me to get deeper into that posture, but the silk is supporting me. So it gives me a little bit of lift and a little bit of help along the way. So some postures become more challenging in the silk than in our regular yoga practice, and then others become maybe a little bit easier. So we got this big, nice standing split, beautiful. Now, if I want to take that split and then take it to a little bit of flying, because that's the really fun part of aerial, maybe I just hop it back, maybe I hop it back another one, and I'm just going to lean back, and I got that nice stretch down the thighs, and I'm just going to let it go. Part of aerial is just letting go, trusting that silk, and having a little faith in yourself. And we just let it fly. And we just let that silk fly through the air. We get to fly with it, which is great. Reminds you a little bit of being a kid on the playground. Now, if I want, I'm going to hop it back to the center, right down from my plumb line of my silk. Let's see what that warrior one and warrior two might look like. So I'm going to take the silk to the thigh. I'm going to even spread it out so it holds me up even a little better, makes it a little more comfortable on that thigh. Now, same footwork as we do on the mat in our vinyasa, and I'm just going to lean into it. Those arms come up. Now, if I feel unsteady, of course, I can grab onto the silk, Or I can bring those arms up. We're gonna make it really pretty in the silk, a nice warrior one. Big breath in, reaching up. And then can you exhale into that warrior two? Just take those arms through the silk. Really reach, a nice deep breath in. I can even flip the palm. I can lean out over that leg and take myself through. And then I can reverse it in the silk. Nice deep breath. And I bring it back. And we just grab onto that silk. We can hop ourselves back to that plumb line, and we can try the other leg. So we reach down. Go ahead and switch them out. And I want to do the same thing on both sides, right? We balance out. So I'm going to start with that standing split. And I just press that silk forward a little bit. Right? See where you can take that standing split. Again, it'll be different on one side than the other. That's okay. Take a nice deep breath. And then I don't want to miss that chance to fly on this side. So I'm going to hop it back, maybe even a little further this time. And then I'm just going to lean back and just let go. Fly. Nice deep breath. And just enjoy the ride for a minute. That's part of our yoga practice, right? Joy. Finding a little joy in the heart. And we bring it back down. Now, working on those leg muscles. Let's see what we can do on this side. We're going to spread that silk out. Right? Give us a little more support. Now, back foot, that right foot, 45 degrees, just like we do on the mat. Inhale those arms up. Reach them up. There's your warrior one. Nice deep breath. Now, that silk is holding me up. Maybe I can even push myself a little deeper into that posture. One more. Big breath in. Then I'm going to open up in that warrior two. Nice deep breath. And we're keeping those arms strong, drawing the belly in. All of the same things we did in our vinyasa practice. Maybe I flip the palm, lean through, just peek through the silks, and then reverse it. Nice deep breath. And bring it back. We're going to grab onto that silk. Now, taking my foot out of the silk. And I'm going to come in front of the silk this time, pushing it out to either side, taking a little double wrist wrap. So I want to show you what that gentleman's squat would look like in the silk. So I bring my hands together. I cross the right leg over the left. And we just sink down. Now, the beauty of this is I can push that silk forward. I don't have to worry about balancing because that silk is helping hold me up. I've got something to hang on to. So this is like when I tell you to do this posture and hold onto your kitchen island, your bathroom counter, but the silk is giving us that support. So I can push those hips a little lower when I do this posture in the silk than when I'm standing on my mat and trying to balance it. Let's try the other side. So we cross that left over the right, pushing the silk forward. Little weight in that silk. I'm pushing down and forward. And I can take those hips a little lower. That's a great stretch, especially after all of the leg work that we've done today, to really open up the hip flexors. You're going to feel that into the hamstring. Really nice stretch with a lot of support from the silk. So bringing it back. Now, so the silks can really help support a lot of our postures. So it's not necessarily harder to do a practice in the silk. It's just a little bit different, right? Now, some postures might feel a little more challenging. Some might feel a little easier when you have the silk to hold us up. We can even take these silks down to about a foot off the floor and do a really nice restorative practice in the silks. So it's not just the aerial flying practice, which is fun and a whole lot of joy in the heart. We can also do some really interesting restorative postures with the silk. So it's used in a lot of ways, but I know probably one of the most fun is the flying. I'm not going to lie. We love to fly in the silks. So what I'm going to do is show you a flying posture today. I need to stretch out these legs, right? We've done lots of leg work today. So what I'm going to do is stretch those legs out by using a big straddle. Now, I want you to think about what that straddle would look like on the mat, right? We widen out the straddle. We even add that forward fold sometimes to give us a little more of a deep stretch. I'm going to use the silk to allow me to fly in this posture and show you what that straddle will look like if we take it to the air and let it fly. So I just go ahead and I back up just a little bit. And the more I back up, the more it's going to fly. I like to fly a lot. Some people like to fly a little. You just get your groove once you start to practice aerial yoga. And then I'm just going to take it and fly. Maybe I take those feet into our butterfly. I can let those hands flow just like our vinyasa, bringing it to heart center. And just enjoy that posture. Let it all fly in our silks. And I could stay here all day, but probably it's time to close today. So let's take our seated posture. I'm going to take a seated posture in the silk today. So I just give it a little hop. And I've got my seat. We can take that big breath in, reaching those arms up. And I can bring those hands to heart center. I'm going to just push my elbows into that silk. I've got my comfy little swing. And we're going to think about all the different ways that we can use yoga to keep us well, to keep us healthy. And maybe this practice has inspired you to try something new, right? Get out of our routines. Time to move forward. Find the light within you. Take it out into the world. Namaste.